We're back here. It's June 25th, 2024, and we're covering Euro 2024 for today. We had Group C and Group D wrap up. So we had uh, an amazing first set of games to start the day, and then we had a incredibly lackluster day to finish the night. Um, let's start with Group D. Let's talk about the exciting and amazing stuff that we saw here. Um, we had France and Poland and then Netherlands and Austria. So I spent less time watching France and Poland just because I thought the stakes were a bit higher for Austria and Netherlands. And of course, we were expecting France to take this victory relatively comfortably. But, Poland had one last thing to say before leaving Euro 2024. And that was, pretty much being the reason that France is going to come out in second place in this group. So that's an incredible result all on its own. Um, Poland wouldn't have been able to compete for a third place spot, so all they could do was slow down France just a little bit. One of the favorite teams to win this thing, and it might just result in France having to play tougher opponents in the round of 16. So obviously Mbappe had that goal off a penalty kick. I didn't see the foul or the handball, whatever it could have been, and I still haven't seen Mbappe's penalty, so I'll get around to that eventually. But I was able to catch Robert Lewandowski's penalties because the first one, he did the whole Neymar, Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba run up nearly. He kind of just give it a good solid run up before he slowed down just a bit, and then he did a little, the Bruno Fernandes sort of hop or the Neymar sort of hop to hit his shot, and he hit it to the bottom left corner, and it was saved by the keeper. Uh, you know, it would have been incredible, but it just resulted that the keeper jumped off his line when he attempted to save the penalty kick. And so they retake the penalty. And what does Robert Lewandowski do again? He does the exact same run up and he puts the ball in the exact same place. And this time he makes it. And I mean, I didn't even see a replay of the shot. I just saw the ball go in, and I could just tell you can't put it any closer to the bottom corner like Robert Lewandowski did there. I'm just amazed that he tried the same exact thing, and it just ended up working in his favor that time. So hats off to him. He's Robert Lewandowski, so he can pretty much do whatever he wants, even though it did seem really questionable at first. And there's actually a Polish guy that I work with in my office, and we talked about the penalty, and he mentioned that he just didn't like it at all, and then he compared it to Mbappe's penalty, where we all know how Mbappe takes penalty. He doesn't mess around with them. He just runs straight up to the ball, doesn't even think twice of where he's going to put it, and just bangs it in. So, um, you know, one could say taking penalties is sort of art, and I do believe it is an art. But sometimes it's best to keep things simple. But we're talking about Robert Lewandowski, so I'm not gonna criticize his penalty taking techniques. I'm just really amazed he went for the same thing both times, and until it just finally worked, right? So yeah, good on Poland. good on Poland. It seemed like a really good match, just from the moments that I peeked over. So, um, and yeah, France again, just they're being slowed down. They're being held up by another opponent. So we've seen the the Netherlands and Austria, and I know should be a 1-0. But yeah, this is a different copy, so I'll just change it later. Um, France and Austria. I mean, Austria and the Netherlands hold down France to just slow them down a bit. Slow down just a high powered French opposition, and so a little bit concerning now, but it's still France, and you just still gotta have a lot of confidence in them. We can probably officially say that they have the best player in the world in Mbappe. So, I mean, no one just is able to just get so much separation from cutting inside from the left-hand side. He got so much separation to just get an open look and create his own shot. It's truly remarkable, and in the past, I haven't given him enough credit for being able to do it, but I've seen it time and time again now, especially for the French national team, and he makes it look so easy, and it's not easy whatsoever. That's just Mbappe things. So, good on them. And I think that's enough about that game. So now let's dive into Netherlands and Austria. Probably the game of the day, all in all. Just, I mean, this is probably the game of the tournament. We had it all here. We had Austria taking on, one of the great powers in world football, the Netherlands, Holland. And, Austria are pretty rich in their football history too. But, I mean, as of late and in modern football, they haven't been relevant whatsoever. So now they're starting to make some noise. They take the early lead. Netherlands strikes right back to tie it 1-1 right after halftime with a great Cody Gakpo finish. Austria, again, goes and takes the lead 2-1. Netherlands ties it with an incredible Memphis Depay volley. Just, well, what a hit. And a beautiful and cheeky goal from Depay. And then we have Marcel Savitzer just bang it in to the top corner, coming in from the near post, similar to the Japan goal against Spain in the 2022 World Cup in a sense. Just, the guy's just running in. He has almost no angle, and he just bangs it into the top corner. So, yeah, just a lot of fun there. A lot of fun. And in the Olympic Stadium, too. So, Austria now with back-to-back wins in the Olympic Stadium. I'm all ears for conspiracy theories now. And, yeah, I was working while watching this game, too, so I couldn't have my full focus on here, but I was definitely watching and just getting kicks here and there from what I was seeing. So probably one I'll just look to rewatch later on my own time. But what a result! So because of this huge France-Poland draw, now Austria takes the first place in this group, France in the second place, and Netherlands in third place. And if you're a Dutch fan, don't worry, you're still in the round of 16. So that's good to see because I think this Netherlands team is a lot of fun. The potential is there. They have phenomenal attackers. Cody Gakpo is just a goal scoring machine whenever Netherlands are in tournaments. So yeah, they could probably make a surprise depending on who they get in the next round. So yeah, Austria and France have we already know where they're gonna play. We just don't know where Netherlands is gonna land. And I think that wraps it up for Group D. Let's just let's get to this just the tough part, right? The tough part of the day here. Oh man, yeah. So just oh man, and I spoke about this yesterday where I looked at these matchups and I did not like what I was seeing altogether. And boy, of course my predictions didn't reflect that, but yeah, um, it happened. We had 2-0-0 games, and it was just I was mainly watching the England Slovenia game, and whenever you looked over to Denmark Serbia, you I just never really saw much. Never really saw much. So that's all I'm gonna say about that game. And okay, yeah, England Slovenia. We can always talk about England. Now we can. I've had my break, and we've gotten to see them play a third time. So everything from the second game is just chilling now. Um, but now we got new material to work with about England, and it looked a lot better today. And that's still not saying much about what they should be capable of. So, you know, England this time they weren't losing the ball as much like they did it in their previous two matches. Um, but yeah, it's just like it's just not happening. Um, it was fun to see when when they brought Cole Palmer in, and yeah, he brought a lot of energy. He had some nice touches. I'm pretty sure he had a shot on goal, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, play him over Saka. I mean, the flair. He just looks like he's so fresh. I don't know. Play him over Foden. Um, I heard this the other day where maybe Jude Bellingham should look to play the number 8 position because he's better than Conor Gallagher. And you know, oh well, they brought on Kobe Mainu, and I do like me some Kobe Mainu, being a Manchester United fan. But I still think you gotta start with Jude at the 8, because this isn't Real Madrid, right? This is England. So Jude, if you want to step up, you have to play the 8 position because you're just gonna be in the middle of it all there instead of just waiting to pick your time, because that's what you do at Madrid. But you know this is England. Your country needs you, and what you're doing now is not going to help England uh, get any further in this tournament. So I know he's Zidane reincarnated, but there's still a lot to work on if he really wants to reach those heights. So yeah, there's certain times in a player's career where it's like you earn that ability to be able to pick your times, like a Messi and maybe Ronaldo on occasion. Um, but right now, Jude Bellingham is 20 years old, and he doesn't need to be doing that. He needs to be getting on the ball, winning tackles, just leaving it all out there to help this English squad be successful. So I expect more Stevie G from Jude Bellingham right now than trying to be Zidane, basically. Um, and still at work during this game, but boy, was it a snooze fest. Yes, England were on the ball a lot, and maybe just too much. And it's just they just couldn't find any openings once again until they essentially brought Cole Palmer in. So yeah, it was good to see new faces. Good on Southgate for doing that. But yeah, he really needs to change the lineup once again. I'm glad we didn't see Trent Alexander-Arnold back in the midfield because yeah, that probably just would have been worse, honestly. Not that I noticed Conor Gallagher at all today. So yeah, just a big hole to fill in the midfield, and that could easily, or probably be better done with Jude Bellingham taking that A position. Then you can have Foden in front of Bellingham, and he could do whatever he does at City. He has that that free roll, free range. We don't have to worry about Foden playing the left wing. Um, I even one of my friends texted me saying that the England fans were chanting, they don't have a left winger. So it just goes to show that somebody has to occupy the left wing. Put Saka there. I don't care. Um, he could still get by players, and then it's even easier for him to whip it in with his left foot on the left wing. So give that a try. This is international football. This is not club football. So there's there's definitely things that players should be open to just adjusting in their game to help their teams win. And you know, England have a boatload of other wingers they could uh, put on there as well. So yeah, Rice, Bellingham in the center mid. You got a Mano that could come in if needed. And let's hope Gallagher. We don't need. Let's hope they don't need to use him. Um, Harry Kane up top, and Cole Palmer on the right. Or they might just need to go like. I was thinking like a 4-4-2, but then you kind of take away Foden's like free roll, but that's the thing with Palmer. He can kind of do that, but he mostly hangs out there on the right wing. So, yeah, I think that's enough ranting about England. Um, like I said, it's could be downward spiraling when talking about this team, but I just can't wait to see who they play in the round of 16 because it's just going to be an upset alert. And they're probably not going to lose on the game outrightly. It might go to penalties, and in penalties, it's anyone's game. So, yeah, England tops the group. 5 glorious points. 1 goal scored. Oh no, 2 goals scored this whole tournament. So, all right. Yeah, 2 goals scored. 1 goal difference. It should be Denmark in second place. Let's see what happened. Denmark, Slovenia. So, okay. This should be 2. Yeah. This should be 2. So, Denmark in second place. Just say 2. We'll just say 1. Serbia just got 1 goal. England 2 goals. Slovenia 2 goals. All right, perfect. And Denmark's still in second. So yeah, I didn't account for yellow cards in this in these standings, but that's pretty much the difference here. Just a yellow card. So we're just gonna have to manipulate Slovenia's goal scored to 1 just to bring Denmark up to that second spot. Yeah, it's not perfect, but we try to make it work. So there we have it. Tomorrow we'll wrap up the group stage. So, it's going to be some fun matchups here in Group B. Everyone has 3 points. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that. And yep, Croatia is officially eliminated with Slovenia not getting battered by England. So that's sad, but it's what was expected. And let's see here. Yep, we have confirmed Switzerland-Italy matchup. Germany-Denmark. Is that correct? Yeah, I have to check that. But you know, we we've got some good things coming. The good thing about tomorrow is that we'll officially just know who the third place teams are, and then we could set all group combinations aside, and that won't be an issue anymore. So, um, yeah, really can't wait to make some round of 16 predictions, and maybe we'll just do a whole tournament thing and see if I can get that right. Um, but yeah, that'll do for today's recap. And yeah, can't wait to see what we have in store tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Thanks.